what's going on, and welcome back. I am not going to talk about video games today. Actually, dude, I'm playing a really cool video game right now that I did want to talk about, but I'm going to say that for next time because today I want to talk about my neighbor's kids because they're bad. Dude, they're horrible. There's something's not right over there next door. And you're probably thinking, oh, they're just being kids. No, they're not. No, they're not. Okay, let me explain. Have you ever watched Talladega Nights? Those two kids, you know how bad those two kids are?
Shut up, Chip, or I'll go ape shit on your ass. I'm gonna scissor kick you in the back of the head.
Oh.
I'm 10 years old, but I'll beat your ass. Chip, I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey. Greatest generation, my ass. Tom Brokaw is a punk. Chip, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
That's the neighbors, but there's 4 of them. And they're not white, they're beaners. And before he starts, oh, that's racist, I can say that. If you haven't noticed the color of my skin. Okay? Let's see. Where can I begin? Well, this used to be a quiet neighborhood. Alright? Oh, before that, speaking of being quiet, I apologize for the sound. Okay, it's AC taught. This used to be a quiet neighborhood. The people that live next door, it's something about next door. Number one, that house just attracts like, I don't know what the hell, dude. The people that used to live next door, number one, there was an old lady and her son was like in his 50s. He was a registered sex offender for minors. He's dead now. He had cirrhosis of the liver. He's dead. And so is the old lady, so go figure. After they passed away, they renovated the whole house because I went in that house after they passed away, and because his brother came down and he was like kind of like cleaning up the house, and he asked me for help for something. I went over there. That house smelled like cigarettes and cat piss. Dude, it stunk. And I'm gonna talk about that also right now, here in a little bit. But after they passed away, the people that actually owned the house, because they were renting, the people that actually owned the house, they came in and they renovated the whole place, man. They made it like brand spanking new. And then they moved in. They're not from here. Okay? They're not from this country. So, the kids back then were a little bit younger. There's 4 of them, like I said. There's 1 in high school, 2 in middle school, and then the 3 boys, and then the little girl, she's got to be like 3rd, 4th grade, something like that, maybe. And the mom, and the mom's boyfriend, what she calls her husband. It's not your husband, it's your boyfriend that's living with you. He didn't come into the picture till later on, okay, the boyfriend. But when they first moved in, I remember we were outside having a barbecue here at the house, me and a couple of friends, and we heard all this commotion, like yelling and shit. Just think it's the kids, they're outside playing. So I look, and the kids are on top of the roof, yelling down the vent pipe. I mean, just yelling down the vent pipe, and the mom's like screaming at them, and they just didn't give a shit. They just stayed up there, yelling and hooting, hollering, being kids. But I was like, what? Anyway, I don't know how long after that. It was around Christmas time. It was a little after Christmas. I was in here. I was actually playing Super Nintendo, by the way. which was loads of fun. I was playing Final Fantasy 3, and my mom called me because she used to have a scanner because my stepbrother was a volunteer he worked for the fire department, volunteer firefighter, and she asked me where my son was at because it was freezing cold outside. And I was like, well, he's in his room, he's playing games, he's not gonna be outside right now. It's like lower 30s. Are you crazy? She's like, okay, make sure he stays inside. This was like late in the afternoon because the cops are heading that way. I was like, what? Why are the cops coming over here? She goes, supposedly the neighbor's kids are breaking windows at people's houses and spray painting on cars. You monsters. Dude, okay, so that's the first incident that happened, that occurred with these kids. Okay? And then they got the cops call on them again several times because they just don't know how to behave, these kids. And you're probably thinking, they're just kids, they need parental, they probably don't have parental guidance. They don't! They don't! They don't! They don't! The mom don't give a shit. Or maybe, from what I've seen, it looks like she doesn't give a shit, right? It's like 30 degrees, no, not right now, but it's been like 30 degrees outside. Me and my buddies are standing outside talking with jackets. We're like shivering and shit. And the kids are running down the street with short sleeve shirts, shorts, no socks, and no shoes.
Anarchy! I don't even know what that means, but I love it.
And where's the mom? Her fat ass is sitting inside the house watching her novelas. While these kids are outside without jackets, raising hell. And you're probably thinking, poor kids. No, I'm thinking maybe the mom's like, maybe they'll freeze, and I don't have to deal with them. I know that's bad, but still. Let me continue. They walk into my yard. I've caught them like trying to take shit out of my yard, take it over to their yard. As a matter of fact, right now in their backyard they have like a grocery basket. Where the hell did they get a grocery basket from? The nearest grocery store is like way down in the middle of town. How the hell did they get a grocery basket and bring it to their house? That still like boggles my mind right now, because I see that thing every time I go throw the trash. It's in the backyard. And they'll be pushing each other down the damn street in the shopping cart like jackass. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Anyways, so I was in the house one day and I heard one of the kids crying, and I look out the kitchen window and one of them sitting on the back porch crying while the older one's beating the shit out of him. And I'm looking at this thing and I'm looking at what's going on, and the little kid, every time he like moved a little bit, the older one just whoop his ass. Where's the mom? I don't know. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. He's whooping his ass for moving, just for moving. And every time he started crying, he hit him again because he started crying. Dude, these kids are bad. Now, I remember it's Thanksgiving. It's been a few Thanksgivings ago. They used to have a little shed in their backyard that was made out of like was it tin? What the hell was it? I don't want to call it metal. It wasn't a metal shed. It was like a tin shed or whatever. I was at my dad's. I came home to the house real quick because I needed to get my son's charger because we were going to be there for a while. He needed his phone charger. His phone was dying. I'll go to the house. I'll go pick it up. I'll be right back. I got to the house. I walked inside of here. Bam! Bam! I'm like, dude, what the hell is that? And I looked out the window. The little fat kid, he's bouncing up and down on top of this shed that maybe weighs like 20 pounds, while the older kid is beating the shit out of one side of the shed with a baseball bat, and the other kid's beating the shit out of the other side of the shed with a steel pipe. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I went back to my dad's when I came home. That shit was destroyed. Where's the mom and the stepdad in the house? Are you kidding me right now? If that was my kid, I would have went outside. I would have beat the shit out of him. But no, they allowed it. They allowed it. Now, about a month ago. No. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Okay, I'm in 10 minutes already. Okay, so like about, I don't know how long ago it was. I heard like fireworks going off. This is like in October. And again, I look out my kitchen window, and they're lighting bottle rockets off. But they didn't have punks to light the bottle rockets. Number one, it's illegal to be doing that shit in October. I mean, I'm all about the law, right? And what they were doing was they had the back door open, and they had a paper plate, and they were lighting the paper plate on fire on the stove and running outside and lighting these bottle rockets. I was like, you gotta be shitting me. And it was like, the ground was all dry. My backyard, the grass was all dry. Their grass was all dry. It was dry everywhere. They could have started a fire, burned somebody's house down. Did they give a shit? No. I think it was like a week later, a neighbor that lives behind me came over to the house, and he was like, hey, I need to talk to you. I just got home from playing disc golf. I was like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. I was like, I didn't do anything, but okay. So I walked up to see what he needed, and he was like, he asked me, have I had any trouble with these kids? I was like, no, I haven't. Well, they've been causing mayhem, but not to me, right? He said that they were in the backyard throwing rocks at his dog. So what they were doing was like, they were getting rocks and they were chunking it from their yard into his yard, trying to hit his dog. I was like, you gotta be dude, are you serious right now, dude? Fuck. These kids, man. And then, man, let me explain something real quick. The mom, I don't know, dude. One night it was thunderstorming outside. And here's my house. There's an empty lot, and then there's an old man that lives on the other side of that empty lot. Supposedly that empty lot's mine, but he thinks it's his. That's a whole other thing going on right now. But I heard a diesel truck on outside. I was fixing to go to bed, and I looked out the window, and I didn't see nothing. I turn all the lights off in the house, and I look out this window that's right here, and there's a diesel truck parked in this empty lot right next to my fence. And I was like, I didn't know who the hell it was, dude. Because I couldn't sleep, dude. There's a diesel truck parked next. I'm not saying like an 18-wheeler. It's like just a diesel truck. And they were parked there for the longest time. And it was raining and shit. And I'm watching them for like an hour. And then it pulls out and it drives around, and it parks in the front, and the mom gets out of the truck and walks inside, and the diesel truck takes off. A couple days later, my neighbor's out there mowing the yard, and he's like, "Come here." I was like, "Oh shit." He asked me, was that one of your friends that was out there parked in the land? I was like, "No." I go, "It was a neighbor." He's like, "Son of a bitch." They left beer bottles in this empty lot. Like, what the fuck's wrong with these people, dude? For real, what's wrong with these people? Oh my god, dude. One time one of the kids came over, knocked on the door, and asked me if I could go help him. I told the story before, I'm telling it again. He came and knocked on the door, and he told me, can you come over and help me flip this table over? Because his mom got furniture. She put the table together, and I was like, yeah. I go, "Where's your mom?" He's like, she's at work. I was like, okay. I go and I walk inside their house. This table's like 100 pounds, by the way. And when I walked inside their house, it smelled like cat piss. There's cats everywhere. There's trash everywhere. It looked like they were using their house as a trash can. Kitty litter all over the place. Cat shit all over the place. I was like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. This lady can't clean the house. Like, she let it get to this. I could have called CPS. I could have got those kids taken away, but it was none of my business. So I was like, whatever. I helped him flip the table over and I came home. I was like, my nose was burning with the smell of cat piss. Again. So, about a month ago, a buddy of mine drove by the house. He's like, there's cops at your house. I was like, what? I look out the window. They weren't here. They were next door. Because apparently the kids were stealing bicycles from the neighborhood. Now you see what I'm getting at here? They're stealing bicycles from the neighborhood. Another time, I was taking my son to school. The cops were next door. Why? Because the oldest kid didn't want to go to school. And the mom was like, she was fed up with that shit. So she called the cops on him. And then he went to school. It's that sort of thing. Dude, it's that sort of thing. It happens all the time. Now, I normally go to bed like around 11:30 at night, every night. And before I go to bed, I'll sit in the living room and I'll play guitar to relax myself before I go to sleep. It was a little after 11, sitting in there. And this is where things are going to get a little spooky, okay? Because now things are getting are getting different. Like I said, it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm sitting in the living room, playing guitar quietly because it's late. And I hear as I'm playing guitar, I hear a little girl go, whoa. It startled me. I was like, holy shit, what the hell? The kids, the little girl, and I don't know who else, was sitting outside under my window listening to me play guitar. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? It's after 11 and this little girl is sitting outside listening to me play guitar while the mother's where? And the stepdad? I'm like, what the hell's going on here, right? Okay. Put my guitar up and I went to bed. Now, the next night, actually, I'm laying in bed. I can't sleep because my dog's going crazy. She's running back and forth down the hallway, and it's already after midnight, way after midnight. And she jumps on the bed and she's panting, like she's scared, like she saw something. Now, if you watch some of my older videos, then you know that there's a history of this house being haunted. Now, I haven't heard nothing in a long time, but I'm thinking maybe my dog saw something, right? Or heard something. So I get up out of bed and I walk into the kitchen. It's pitch black. And I have my light on my phone. And I walk in the kitchen and I thought I heard something outside, so I look up my kitchen window. I only had the window open about this much. So I'm like this, looking out the window. There's two kids standing next to their house talking. This is after midnight on a school night, mind you. I was like, oh shit, so I put the phone down. I guess they saw the light and they walked around their house. I was like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. Now they're out late at night on a school night. It was my son. He's getting as bad as those kids. Keeps interrupting me. No, but where the hell? Oh yeah, so now they're like creeping around outside, dude. Dude, they're creeping around outside at night, late at night on a school night. I have motion sensor lights right outside this window, and I can't even chill in here and play video games with the windows open to let the fresh air in because the lights keep going off at night, and I know it's them. And I'm afraid they're like peeking through the window watching me. It's like, dude, it's like a little creepy, right? I was in here one day playing Uno online with my buddy Mark, and all of a sudden I lost internet connection. And I'm thinking it. No, I know it's not him. I know it's on my side. So I call him up. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, because I was talking to him on the mic and shit. And I was like, dude, I think I lost internet connection. And he's like, well, go outside and see if one of the dogs chewed through the line. Because they got 2 big dogs. Well, now they got 1 big dog. And that big dog, by the way, I've talked about this as well, crawled underneath my house and busted a water line. It cost me $300 worth of... My water bill went up to $300 because of that animal. Anyways, I'm thinking, oh, gee, you might be right. So I walk outside and I walk around the house because the cable box is mounted on the side, on the back of my house for my internet, right? I got cable internet. And as I'm walking around the corner of the backyard, my box is open and the coaxial cables are unscrewed and just dangling there. And the kids are right there on the other side of the fence. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now, dude. Now, I didn't see them do it, but I know it was them. I didn't see them do it, but I know it was them. And I couldn't call the cops because I didn't have proof. But I know it was them. Another thing that I saw while I was back there, the stepdad was back there with the drill. And I'm thinking, what the hell are they doing? Are they trying to did they think I had cable and they're trying to steal cable now or something? It's getting ridiculous. What I wish I could do, honestly, is make a petition and get them the hell out of here. I'm not kidding you, man. I wish I could write up a petition and get them the hell out of here. Because shit's getting out of hand. As these kids are getting older, they're getting out of hand even worse. And the parents aren't doing shit about it. I don't get it, dude. Another time I came home from work. I was at work, I stopped by the house to pick something up. My son was at school where kids should be right during the day, and the little girl standing right next to the house and she's looking straight up like this. I'm thinking, number one, why is she at school? And number two, what the hell is she looking at? So I look up, and one of the boys was climbed my tree, and it was at the very top, just swaying like this. And I was like, you got to be shitting me. I left. Because I thought, if that kid falls, he's gonna fucking be dead. That's how high he was. And I didn't want to see that. Again, where's the mom? Inside. I was like, no, I am out of here, dude. I don't know, man. It's getting worse. These kids are bad. They're bad. And I'm fixing to get a new house. What I'm gonna do next year, I want to get a privacy fence. I want to put it in my backyard because just the other day, me and my guy were out here cleaning my backyard, and he's like, hold on. We're not cleaning, we're weed eating and mowing in the backyard because my grass was like about this tall, and he's like, hold on, dude, I'm gonna pick up some of this trash. So he started picking up, dude, he had a handful of trash, like a bunch of trash, and he's like, I know this isn't your trash, right? I'm like, no, I don't hang out in the backyard, I don't even have a back door. I don't. I don't have a back door. None of this house anyways. I got 2 front doors, but I don't have a back door. So I was like, dude, I don't even hang out back here. And then he's like, oh, it was the neighbors because their backyard's full of trash. He's like, it just, either the kids are throwing the trash over here or the wind blew it over and there was one of the kids' shoes in the backyard. I was like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. So I'm going to put a privacy fence high enough where they can't, peek over and shit because I want to clean my backyard. Once I get the new house, I want to clean my backyard and make it nice. A place for us to barbecue. Put I'm going to build this cement patio back there. I'm going to make it nice next year. Watch. I'll show you. Plant flowers and shit. It's going to be really, really badass. And I want to put an outdoor TV, which I'm thinking that might be a mistake because they're going to be like, oh, on TV. And start throwing rocks at it and shit. They're trying to steal it, dude. Oh, fuckers. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. But yeah, dude, I needed to come and talk about the neighbors' kids because they're bad. They're horrible. And I know this isn't the end. This is the end of their story. There's no way in hell this is the end of their story. But you know what? This is the end of the video because this video's gone on long enough and I don't want to take any more of your time. So anyways, thanks for watching. Next week, video games, baby. I'll see you on the next one.